screen? Okay, well. So let's talk about numbers. Of course, that is really easy. Actually, if you know the structure, that's really easy to read numbers. Okay, so let's get started with, for example, numbers from 1 to 100. So of course, it's really easy, you know that. But you know, sometimes, for example, we have like this, TH. So how to read this word? Of course, you know that this is 30. So you know. But how about this?
Like a day?
Yeah?
It's a day.
Of course, of course, of course. So how to read this one? Can you read this one? Yeah, 30th. Okay, so let me say something. Okay, well, for example, when we have figures, numbers with 0, so one figure, 1 0, one number, 1 0, like 30, 40, and they actually end in TH. How to read them? Okay, so you should say 30th, or this one, for the id, we add id, or for example, this one, 50id. Okay, so for yeah, of course, for numbers that ends in th, but you know 0, for example, 30, 40. Okay, so this is maybe, yeah, we can say a bit, maybe a bit difficult. Of course, it's not difficult, because why? This one, okay, or for example, this one, okay, this is 24. Now, if I add TH, okay, how to read it? Okay, for example, this one, how to read this one? 24th, 25th, for example, this one, 35th. Okay, so this is actually the difference between numbers like 24, 23 and numbers that actually include 0. So like 30, 40. So if number is 30, 40, 50, 60 and ends in TH, we say 30th, 40th, 50th, id. But if no, like 35, 36, 45, okay? So, and they end in TH, you say 35th, 24th, for example, 86th. Okay, so just it. Of course. Well, so this is about the first rule that you need to know. For example, you read this one.
70. 70.
Okay, now this one.
70.
Id. This one.
70.
Yeah, of course, this one.
75.
Fifth. We don't say 5. Fifth. Yeah.
75?
Yes. Yeah, 75th. Yeah.
75th.
Yeah, of course. Fifth. Yeah. So because
not fifth yet.
Yeah.
75th only, right? 75th.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Or for example, this one.
25th.
25th, of course. 25th, of course. Very good. And how to read it?
I think it's the about the day, right? Day.
Of course. And you know, for example, for floor. Okay. What floor do you leave? Okay. Second floor, third floor. For example, 10th floor. Okay, so you can say this way. 25th. Okay, so this way. So floor or number, so you can use it actually in different sentences and for different situations, not only for example days. Of course, for days you can use it. And this one, look, 21 ST. What is this one?
21st.
21st. Now 22 ND. What is this one?
22nd.
Second, very good. So you know that, of course, you can see 22, but this is 22nd, okay? And this one,
26, yes.
Yeah, of course. 26th. TH, sixth. Okay, so this is about the first one. Well, let's keep going. So for numbers from 1 to 100, that's really easy, you know. Now let's read numbers from, for example, 100 in hundreds. So for example, I don't know, 350 or 425.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I want to know about the number that like mean I write this you can see it.
Let me see. I can't see. Oh,
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I I
You can
can't see
see.
anything. I can't see. Okay, can you see? Okay, type it in chat box. Type one number. I
Okay.
can't see. Type it in chat box so that I can see.
How can I test?
Just, you know,
Oh, I
open
can.
your, yeah,
Yeah,
open your
yes.
Skype, yeah, and type in chat box.
Like it's a amount of money is the like support for my my
Okay.
work. I use this, but in US dollar. In December. Like this. Is it?
Okay, well, let me check.
How we read
Of course. Well, okay, I got it. Okay, so you want to know how to read figures, okay? For
teacher.
example, yeah.
I see many like customer they say that US dollar and then the number is and some people the number and then US dollar. I don't know
Okay,
what
so
in
yeah, they say I couldn't get. They
US
say
dollar. You say
okay, so
US
US dollar.
like
So because you
US dollar
why they say
500.
US dollar? Why they
Yes.
say US? Because we have different dollars, not only for US. So
No,
in different countries.
I talk about US dollar, but I mean sometimes they US dollar they put in the first on beginner sentence.
Okay,
You know,
so
US
oh,
dollar
okay.
553 blah, 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 blah.
US, yeah, US dollars, of
And
course.
sometimes they put in the end of the
Actually,
number.
it makes there is no difference. So it's like, you know, normally when you want to write it, of course, you put your dollar symbol at the beginning and then write your number. So this is how to write it. Okay, so first dollar symbol and after that number figure so that and that just, you know, when you want to say US dollars or, you know, if it's formal, so of course US dollars because you refer to a specific and special country. So because of this, you mention it, but we normally say, for example, dollar, okay? And in actually native language, so we have another word that we normally use. For example, when we say dollar instead of dollar, you normally hear that we say buck, 10 bucks. Buck means dollar. So in informal language, so we use buck for dollar. For example, oh, this t-shirt is $5. Let me write here. So this one. Yeah. Buck.
Buck means five
Buck means
dollar.
dollar.
Oh,
Native
buck.
English, we say, yeah, this is actually slang that we normally use it. For example, on the street, you normally hear this word. Well, okay.
So
Well,
you
and
can
yeah.
I mean you can write a sentence by word that the example I send you.
Of course,
Then
I want to
yeah,
read. Okay, so let
right.
me read. Okay, so this one. Let's read it. Actually, let me talk about, first of all, in figures, let's talk about the difference between American and British English. So they use and, we don't. For example, first of all, you need to divide your number into different parts, okay? So we have from 1 to 100,000 million, okay? And then you read them one by one. For example, 553,273, 10. This is how to read dollar. And after that, you can say dollars, okay? In British English, they say 553,273 and $10. But we don't say and. So we say just, we divide them into different parts and read it. $553 so and 273 $10. That is the way that we read it.
Yeah, because like when my customer sends some like document, they write like this
Yeah, of course.
553.
Let me write it. Let me write it.
273 and
Of course.
10 cents.
Of
Only.
course. Of
Say
course.
only.
Only.
Yes,
Yeah, it's so
sometimes have, sometimes don't have.
yeah, you don't need.
Yeah.
It's something that you need. It's not something. Let me say something. Sometimes whether you are native or not, so it's really important. So because in native English we don't make everything really difficult or, for example, complex. No, we read words, but if the actually situation, if the situation is formal situation, the way that we write maybe is a bit different. As I told you, for example, book.
You know, like because like it's the important document. I think they put it formal.
Deed, of course.
Because it's the document, documents. Yeah, important.
Documents we use formal language, that. It's like, the business language is formal language. So it's a bit different than what you hear on the street, okay? For example, you want to read,
I wonder how to write and read exactly because they will use the like business. I think they put all the meaning like all. It's not a slang or something like this.
okay,
We talk together.
Let me say something. For example, how to read this figure. Okay, for example, I want to use pounds, not dollars. How to read it?
17.50 pound.
Yeah, so we have two ways to read this, okay? The first one, 17.50 pounds, 0.50 pounds, that is. But the second one, of course, because you know that actually we have two parts, okay? So actually the way that you read is a bit, so you can say, for example, 17 pounds and 50 pence. So this is formal language, but in the informal language is 17.50 pounds, just this. And we have the same thing about dollars, dollar and cent, but if it's formal language or no, that is really important. For example, $17.50 or $17, for example, 50 cents. So this way, formal, informal. Okay, so actually, but in your business, of course, the language is formal language. So you need to, first of all, you read and you write figures completely. Okay, so that's really important. For example, as I told you, the number that you just sent me is really easy. 553. If you want to use British language, you say and 273 and $10. But American English, 553, 273,300. And then we have normal figure from 10, just this. Okay, let's read more. Let's learn more. For example, if I want to, and country currency symbols, for example, dollar, euro, pound, the symbols?
I know US dollar, simple US dollar.
Yeah.
Because I used very useful.
Yeah. Of course, we normally so. Let's read this one, for example. you read this one. First of all, as I told you, you need to divide it, okay, into different parts from 1 to 100, 100, 1,000, million. So I do, and from right to left. So I divide it into this one, and now I read. First of all, so I know that 1,000 and 100, and this is million. So first of all, I say 2 million. Okay, the second one, 400 50,000. Okay, and that's it. Well, so this way you can.
And how about this?
Or, yeah.
I will send you.
Yeah, of course.
I have many examples.
Yeah, of course. Let me see. Okay, so you divide it. So, okay, 0 or O. In British, they say O, but it depends. Me, that is really important. If this number, for example, if it's a phone number, or if figure, here you are talking about figures, so that is really easy. 301, okay, 1,931.
301,000.
Yeah, of course, 301. Or yeah, of course, you can say 301, but you don't need 301 here, no. Yeah.
We skip this part and we say 3,000.
How to say?
301,931.
Okay, so for example, when you want to read this one, what is this?
301,000.
Okay, so that's it. So you don't pay attention to this second part actually, because the first one, as I told you, it's really easy. You first divide it into different parts, 3, 3, 3, okay, 1,000, million, and you read them one by one, what you can see, and then you add, actually, for example, 1,000 or million or billion or 100 at the end, and then dollars, okay? Yeah. Write another one. Write another one. Let's see. What do you have? What more? Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, okay. So again, you have million, thousand, okay, 1,250,300, right?
Okay.
For example, now you read this one. Okay, let me write. I told you, for example, okay, this one, and dollars. Okay, of course. This one. 400, 1,000, yeah, 235. That's it. That is really easy. So the only thing that you need to do is to divide it into different sections, different parts, based on actually.
Confused with the number 0.
Oh no, for okay, no, 0. Or, yeah, no, just the way that you need to, just this way. It's really easy because it's figure. Okay, for example, if this is a number, okay, 401,235 for numbers, for example, phone numbers, the way is different. But here you're talking about currency, you're talking about money, so you read it this way. Okay, so 401, yeah,
because some some my customers, some people write like this, some people write like this, maybe different. Sometimes I confuse.
So
Where is
how
right?
to,
Where is wrong?
example, tell me about people, your customers. They're Native American or no?
Some unit Dubai, you know Dubai? Dubai
It's
and
Asian country.
no, Middle East.
Oh,
Middle East.
ah.
You
I
know
don't know the name, but yeah.
Arab Saudi or India,
Got it. Yeah.
in Singapore, something like that.
UAE, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
UAE, India and
Yeah.
Singapore. Many,
Oh,
many, but
of course.
some.
If your customers are from India, please. Yeah, put in.
What happened, teacher? Tell me. What happened?
Because, they've created a new language, a new English. Yeah, really. And we
Yeah,
need to learn. Yeah, we need to learn
I
from
agree
them.
with you. I
Sometimes
agree with you
I
that
have students.
you have
And I'm
students.
like, yeah. And I'm like, they start talking and, they can understand they have actually good listening skills.
Mm-hmm.
They can understand but when talking, I'm like, huh? What?
Yes.
What? And I said,
You know,
teacher. Okay, first accent. Oh God. Oh God.
teacher. I know. I have experience because I work with many Indian buyer.
Yeah, really. And
Really, really
because of
hard
this, I
to
say,
hear. Yeah, really.
please, when they read numbers, please you check again because they read it.
No, teacher. I mean, uh, very hard, very hard to listen because
Really.
pronunciation.
I'm native, and I'm native. I'm teacher, and I can sometimes I'm like, really? What was it? It's a new word. I say, no, teacher, and I'm like, so what is that? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Let me remember. Just one word. I laughed to die. Really, I laughed. I was crying. And what was the word? It was like jam. Yeah, jam, like something like this. And I didn't know what was the German like this. And I was like, what? German? Germany? And no, we eat it. What do we eat German? I said, no, we eat a sweet and we spread our bread. Oh, jam. It was. I shouldn't do this.
You know? Oh, why? Why I can understand them. Yeah, my
Yeah,
channel.
sometimes I can't.
It's my
That's
channel.
really difficult, really, especially when they actually, become excited and start talking quickly. I really, I really just pause and I say, yeah, just take a deep breath and say again because I can't understand anything. So say, okay, teacher. So and they pronounce R like it's so difficult. I can't say.
I know. I know. I'm understand because I I work with
That's really
many Indian buyer.
so because of this, that's really important,
Yes,
that's really important who you talk to. For example, just when you talk, I'm not talking about Indian, you're any different. So for example, when I want to learn how to read numbers and figures in Vietnamese, of course, I need to talk to natives so that they tell me, maybe I know something, but I'm not native Vietnamese. So it's like I'm not, so I don't know. So because of this, you check everything. Sometimes people have different methods to say. Sometimes I can say that people make everything in English more difficult. That is not, we don't do this. It's not really difficult as they say. So just you need to check them again. About these numbers, for example, you give me another number. I tell you how to read it.
No, I know. I know how to read.
Of course.
I just confused a little bit about euro that I told you, but we clear that's problem.
Yeah,
I
of course.
clear this.
And for example, normally, of course, when we don't need an exact number, we can round it, that. For example, I have, let me write something like, I don't know, this one. For example, and okay, this one, yeah, of course, yeah, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, this one, no.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't need this.
You need put a comma.
No, you don't need here. Okay, you don't need here. Okay, so it's okay. I want to say something else. Let me say something. Okay, for this one about comma, you don't need here because you're learning. Okay, so it's okay. Of course, you know that as I told you, you need to divide it into 3 parts. But now it's okay. You don't need. Okay, so because of you, yeah. Okay, like this. For example, I'm writing it. Okay, so how to round it? So for example, I can read it as, but, large numbers. Of course, it happens, large numbers often rounded to the next biggest or the next smallest, number to make things easier, but it depends if you need or no. So if it's talk, for example, about statics, of course, you need it. But if you don't need, of course, we often round them. So to the maybe, as I told you, the next biggest or the next smallest. For example, here, the next biggest is actually really close to 350. So I round it. So could you read this one, please? Could you read?
348 million.
348 million.
348 million.
Yeah. 987.
987,000.
Thousand.
675.
Of course. Now, this figure is
350
million. Yeah, of course. That's it. Now, let me say something about these figures. Could you read it, please?
1,900.
Okay, yeah, it's okay, but you can also say 1900. This one. 1800. 1900. 1800. For example, 1500. So these figures, as you can see, 4-figure numbers, like, 4 digits, as you can see, 2 digits, 2 figures, 2 zeros. Okay, you can read it this way: 1900, 1800, 1700. So you can also
heard about this way. The first time I heard.
ways we do this, and I will tell you how tomorrow. I will give you more alternatives and I will tell you how to use these numbers, okay, so that it will be easy to use them. Yeah, so yeah.
Many customer, many kind of writing.
Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention. But I really want to know, could you please, for example, send me 1 or 2 examples that they read, then I can explain why they read this way.
Okay, I will find example and
Of
send
course,
you.
if you can find, yeah, of course, you can
Because
send
it's the
it.
document, so I think they need to put on in the document because it's important. Yeah,
Course,
they
but
can
we
like
already have it. For example, when we have this number, okay, what's more? This is the way that we read this number, so we don't need anything else. So this is a formal one, so we don't need anything else. So if they have any other methods, I want to know, but I don't think, maybe, yes, sometimes, maybe, as I told you, it's something between British or American English, little difference, but totally, no, they're the same. So I want to know if they have another method so that I will help
It's
you.
not another method, like a different kind of like writing, only cents, something like this that I told you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I will find example.
Okay, I will say the word only. So I will. Okay, so let's talk about. So actually, I want to talk about the word only. So why we use it. But tomorrow I will talk about, for example, checks. And actually, I will tell you why people use some word at the end of numbers and figures. So this is something formal that I will tell you why. But tomorrow, because there is no time to talk about it now, we'll tell you tomorrow. Guys, well, guys, have a great night. Sweet dreams.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.